American forces launch an air assault with Polish troops on the Drawsko-Pomorskie training area. As they touch down, they're honing skills, practicing how to get troops to an objective fast. NATO's exercise Sabre strike is 2 weeks of complex training involving air and ground assets, and 19 countries, led by the United States. Its aim? To prove readiness against threats to the region. That includes chemical attacks. British reservists from 335 Medical Evacuation Regiment practice what to do when a soldier is exposed to a blister agent. It may seem as no surprise that Exercise Sabre Strike takes place in 4 countries where there is an enhanced NATO forward presence, and that those 4 countries have a close proximity to Russia. Exercise Sabre Strike has been growing in size in recent years. In 2013, there were just 2,000 personnel on this exercise. This year, there are more than 18,000. Moscow has said it sees these large war games near its borders as provocation. NATO forces say they're just exercises among allies. But with Russia's annexation of Crimea and a suspected Russian chemical attack in Salisbury, world threats feed into the training for these regular and reservist personnel.
We need to be mindful that this threat is always there, and to keep these drills current, that's what we need to rehearse and practice. CBRN can be one of those subjects that people put to their back pocket, but we need to be very mindful that it is potentially a very real threat.
We know there are areas in the world that there's friction. What we need to do is we need to make sure that our allies in those countries, in those regions, for example the Baltic states, know that we are here. So for us to be able to come along and train with them and understand a bit about the landscape as well, let's be clear about that. We need to understand the terrain, but more importantly working with our allies in those regions to give them more confidence that we're there just in case they need us. And again, that's vitally important for not just our regular forces, but for our Army Reserves as well.
Troops have now been exercising in Poland for 2 weeks. There have been assaults, security patrols and water crossings. Away from the politics, for many it's an adventure.
It's been great. We've gotten a lot of training in another country. It was kind of unique.
And this is your first time, I believe, into Europe. How's that experience been?
Yes, Europe's cool. Things are cheaper.
It's exciting. It's a whole different perspective than the States. What I've seen thus far, the people are nice. It's great.
For British soldiers, it's also a chance to test out kit and equipment. These metal slots are designed to accompany a portable bridging system, creating a firm footing for vehicles either side of the gap.
We're helping Fawn Trackway demonstrate their capability here to the US and the Polish guys on a live exercise. If you have a poor access and egress to any gap crossings, specifically in an engineer arena, you can lay the trackway down, which is good for up to 150 tons. Okay, on this particular capability, up to 50 meters in length. And you just approach the bridge or the crossing point, giving the guys who approach the bridge a good standoff and touch down on the far bank.
Interoperability, working with other nations, has been a Sabre Strike buzzword. But in recent weeks, there have been calls from some Baltic states for an increase in permanent troop numbers. Poland has asked US forces if they'd base an armoured brigade here. In Swidwin Air Base, Polish medics have been training with their British and American allies.
I think after such exercises, we can learn the same procedures, we can learn how the countries work, and I think we will be ready to work on a mission.
Since early 2017, there's been an enhanced forward presence of troops in Eastern Europe. NATO says Sabre Strike is not an extension of that, but rather a routine exercise in deterrence. But as the alliance prepares to meet next month for a security summit, Russia is very much on the agenda.